Okay, let's continue on this particular subject. Let's talk about Afghanistan. Did the president miss a trick when he announced that we'd killed bin Laden? Should he have gone on and continued to say, and we're going to bring the troops home this year?
No, he should not have said that, and here's why.
Okay.
He's not going to be able to bring the troops home this year, even though he promised that during his campaign.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 100,000 people over there.
Yep.
Secondly, the government is in disarray. It's unstable. Thirdly, most of us aren't clear what the mission is and what's in the best interest of the United States. Now the relationship is becoming strained, so I don't think he could say it because I don't think it's possible to do by July 2011.
Mm-hmm. Well, you, of course, were criticized for not having an answer to a similar question in a debate in South Carolina. But surely you've got one now, right?
I don't shoot from the lip.
Okay.
And I'm sticking with that. Mm-hmm. There is too much intelligence information, too much information that the experts have that I can't, as a citizen, make a decision and say what I would do. Mm-hmm. This is what has gotten President Obama in trouble when he said he would have the troops out by July 2011. It's simply not going to happen.
I don't like deadlines, but I also don't like a commander-in-chief who says, I don't like the word victory.
Exactly. I have a problem with that, too. So, but here's one thing that is true. I would like to get our troops home, but I'm not going to make false promises to the people of this country. My approach to problem solving, no matter what it is, or making a decision, I used the same approach when I was in business for 40 years. First, make sure we're working on the right problem. In this case, what's the mission? I'm not real sure we know what that is.
Very good question.
Number two, set the right priorities. Is the priority to bring the troops home without completing the mission? And thirdly, what does victory look like? And like you said, he has a problem with the word victory. I don't have a problem with the word victory. We owe it to our men and women in uniform for them to know the mission and to know what victory looks like. And if we cannot win, what is the exit strategy? The experts can give me that information in order for me to be able to make a decision.
Okay, I just want to clear something up, because surely you are not suggesting that more American troops have to die while a President Cain gets up to speed.
No, because as soon as President Cain is elected, the first thing that I will start working on before I'm sworn in is a strategy relative to the war in Afghanistan and all of the other conflicts we have around the world.
Okay, but we went into Afghanistan for two reasons as far as I can remember. See, we went in to take out bin Laden,
yes,
and we went in to get rid of the Taliban. Well, now we certainly have now achieved the first one, because bin Laden's gone. We did achieve the second one fairly quickly, but they're coming back now.
They're coming back.
And there doesn't seem to be any way to extract yourself from Afghanistan. It's been repeated over and over and over again as a great study of history. There's no way to win in that country.
That's why I raised the question. Is victory leaving and then the Taliban comes back? Or is victory defined as totally eliminating the Taliban? No one has answered that question.
Yeah, well, and we do need an answer to that.
Yes.
There does seem to be some doubt as to whether you've ever traveled abroad. So let's clear that up. Have you?
I've been to South Africa. Okay. I've been to Germany. I've been to France. I've been to Brazil. I've been to Italy. I've been to China.
Got my answer. Thank you very much. Okay.
I have been outside the borders of the United States of America.
All right, because the thing that you're most often criticized for is about foreign policy,
yes,
and this lack of experience / knowledge, and that's why some of these rumors spread up on the net. I asked you that. I did know the answer, by the way, but I asked you that question to give you personally a chance to clear it up. So how do you answer those critics who say you've got no foreign policy experience whatsoever?
I say they're absolutely right. However, I do have foreign policy experience when it comes to understanding businesses in other countries. You see, foreign policy isn't just about bombs and bullets. It's also about economics, because if you look at every one of the countries around the world where we have some sort of relationship with, economics is usually right in the middle of it in terms of what's in their best economic interest, what's in our best economic interest. In some cases, we have military interests and they have military interests. But in many of these situations, there's an underpinning of an economic objective associated with it. So when they say you don't have foreign policy experience, no, I haven't worked in the State Department, and no, I haven't, served as an ambassador. But what I do understand is how economics impacts nearly every decision and every relationship we have around the world.
Okay. Just before we have to go to the news at the bottom of the hour, I do want to talk about oil. The president seems to have been loosening the faucet because he recognizes, I think, that this country will not re-elect a president with $4 or $5 gas. That's clearly not the right reason to be loosening the faucet. What is your policy on oil?
I believe that we should have, and I will develop, I'm already working on a real energy independence strategy. The Congressional Research Service issued a report a few weeks ago stating we have enough resources in order to become energy independent. And if we put together a serious plan, announce it to the world, it will cause speculators to stop speculating up and then start speculating down. Now, when the president says that, when the president says that he's going to, loosen the spigot, I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay, well, that's a clear answer. I actually think he might loosen it a little bit myself. That's just my opinion, and that's what I get paid for.
Yes.
I think he might loosen it a bit because I think he does understand one thing. He understands he will not be re-elected if we're looking at $4 to $5 gas.
Absolutely.
And he's got to figure out a way to reduce it. And opening his mouth as the president.
Yes.
I said the other week, if he said, we're going to drill everything we've got, if he just stood up and said, we're going to drill Anwar, we're going to drill in the Gulf, we're going to drill absolutely everywhere,
yes,
you're going to see gas fall probably as much as 50 cents very, very quickly, just because he said the words.
If he backs it up with the actions. In other words, if the EPA and the Interior Department actually loosen their grip that's preventing oil companies from doing that, you're absolutely right. It could go down even further.
Yeah.
But I'm not a believer yet that his administration is going to actually do that, even though he has said it.
I think he's testing the waters. That's my opinion. He's testing the waters right now because we're too far out from the election anyway.
Yes.
He's seeing whether the power of his words is enough to drop the price.
Right.
And then you're right. I don't think he will do it. But come September, October next year, it might be a whole different ball game.
Whole different ball game.
Absolutely.